Is this the best signature dining at Universal Orlando?
Princess DeBear here. Today we're in Helios Grand Hotel at Universal Orlando. Epic Universe, just back there, because it's time to go to
Flora Taverna?
Yes, this is the brand new signature dining in the bottom floor of the hotel, Grand Helios. I'm going to get that mixed up 1,000 times, but as your number one choice in food and infotainment, we're here to investigate it, so you don't have to, because remember, she's vegan, I'm not. We're going to grow some flora.
It's time to foodie and chill. This beautiful focaccia bread is vegan, the pita bread is not vegan, and it is served with a gorgeous Sicilian extra virgin olive oil with balsamic, my favorite. Cheers. Well, dunk and then cheers. Well, it's mostly olive oil, just a baby amount of balsamic. That's okay. The focaccia is very fluffy, it's very fresh, it's very aromatic. You can really taste the fresh rosemary in it. And with the olive oil, it is beautiful. I think this is worth just getting the focaccia. I would give it a 5 out of 5. It is a Princessities item. I think you should try this bread. It gives good bread.
So, warm focaccia. Now, the bread service here is served really interesting. It's not like a table bread you can split. It's per person. Now, $3. I think $3 for bread. Personal bread serving is fine. It normally comes with a warm pita. The warm pita is not vegan. We want you to get focaccia. We prefer that anyway. And then your own personal portion of this Sicilian extra virgin and the balsamic floating down at the bottom like a little sea creature. Let's see if I can stir up a storm and get a little bit more of that drippity drip. No, it is very hard to get that balsamic down there. I feel like it's almost too much olive oil. The staff made a point of pointing out that all the ingredients they have in the restaurant are imported from the region. And you can tell. It's like the herbs are nice and fresh. The balsamic, that Sicilian olive oil, tasty. Like that is picture bread. If you put like bread, table service bread, like in a book with a picture, it should be this. Give that 4.5 out of 5 plus. I can never say no to some wonderful ahi, anything ahi crudo. Now that one is new for me. You have this beautiful display that's in like a shell or half shell that you would pick out of like some sort of Greek god's lake. You have the finger lime pearls on top, this chili crunch. Nice little flowers sort of set it off, like a little flower in my hair, but a flower in my fish. This looks almost too beautiful to eat, but I'm a bear, and I'm most certainly going to eat the things. I had doubts, but there's a fair bit of seafood on this menu. I'm like, well, they know their seafood, Mediterranean, they do, but, given the octopus and everything else I had when we went to Bar Helios, I'm like, you know what, I'll go all in. This crudo is better than any crudo I've had at Disney. That chili crunch, the texture, a little bit of heat, I wouldn't say like spicy, but it's like a 1.5 out of 10 on the heat scale, but you get that flavor from the chili without any of the adverse heat-related side effects. That is a tasty piece of rolled fish, and honestly, if I could get this at like the bar here, because I do have a bar section, I would do that.
You can get it for lunch.
Get it for lunch. That might happen once or twice. I'm giving this a 5 out of 5 claws. Elevated, stupendous, gargantuan flavors here.
The Antonio Collins with some beautiful raspberry up into it. So much raspberry, but so tart. I really like it, but you have to love like seeds in your drink. That kind of gets a little bit of a minus for it. It's not too sweet, not too tart. Just like a nice juice. Very light. You don't really taste the vodka in it at all. I would give it a 4 out of 5 Collins. It's nice, but it gets minus points, but it's a little too seedy for me. It needs to be a little more muddled.
And Antonio Collins, I'm never going to say no to a tart beverage. And yes, delusions is a grandeur of my pronunciation of the word beverage. I don't care how annoying it is. I'm here to have fun. Life is too short. The world is terrible. Enjoy what you have. That muddle at the bottom, I suggest lifting your straw just a tad and then sipping. That is a super tart, refreshing, crisp beverage. It's got a nice edge to it that like feels like, you know what, I walked around Epic all day, my feet hurt ginormously, and I just want to sit back, take in the view with a little bit of adult cocktail. I would give that a 4 out of 5 claws. It's worthy of the Collins name. I think I'm developing a complex coming here to the Grand Helios Hotel and their specific bottling of the Angel's Envy Helios version, because I got the Athens sour, which is again that same Angel's Envy Helios version with a cordial in it, egg whites, so it's not vegan, and some orange bitters. So I'm basically getting a Helios specific whiskey sour, and I'm not mad at that. That gives that light fluffiness you get from like a whiskey sour with the egg. The Angel's Envy is in there, the lemon and the cordial sort of take the edge off to give it a nice crisp but not overly tart cocktail. If you like whiskey sours, you will not go wrong with this one. I would give this a 4 out of 5 claws.
A modified pasta that is vegan. You just ask for the olive oil, you get veggies, you throw veggies in there. It looks nice and green and luscious. They do make their pastas in-house, so I'm excited to try it. I will say the greens are sauteed perfectly. The pasta is the definition of al dente. It is gorgeous. It has the best olive oil on it. It is super flavorful. I brought pocket parm, but I don't really think that it needs it at all. This is like a classic, beautiful pasta. I would give it a 4.75 out of 5 pastas. The only place, the only theme park restaurant I feel I have had a better pasta, or I won't even say better, I'm going to say equal pasta, is Marie and Enzo's. Because they also make theirs from scratch. Their cauliflower one is beautiful. This one is basically like that, but instead of a sauce, you get olive oil and beautiful greens, asparagus, all this loveliness. This is the stuff of dreams. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 pastas.
So a modified rigatoni pasta with olive oil, the sauteed spinach in here, fixing all the greens. You're taking like the greens of the Mediterranean with some beautiful house-made rigatoni, and you're whipping up something I hopefully is ribbed for our pleasure. I wasn't expecting like any sort of like smokiness to come through, but you definitely get a smokiness from like the sauteed spinach. Like the rigatoni is perfect, like perfect consistency. Even though it feels like there's just a bunch of greens on the plate with the pasta, it's just got a really good, well-balanced flavor. It's not over-oiled. It's just oiled enough to like get that the tossed nature of it without feeling like you're eating your pasta in a pile of oil, which has happened at some restaurants, not a Universal, but it's happened at some restaurants who I have still yet to forgive. This, however, is a tasty option, and even I would not feel robbed eating this. If I wanted a lighter fare, a healthier fare for dinner, this could be a vibe. 4 out of 5 claws.
Now I have a pocket parm. This is the newest Madly Hadley version of parm, and I'm just going to put it on this side right here, because like I said, I don't really feel like it needs the parm, but I want to try it with it anyway. Woo. What is this, spaghetti? I turned my food into spaghetti. I really love how creamy the Parmesan makes the pasta. Our subscriber Jen was the one that sent us this pocket parm for the first time, and then I repurchased it. They Madly Happy brand changed their formula, which Jen also let us know, and so this is my first time trying it. And I agree with you, Jen. If you're watching, leave a comment. I think that it is creamier, but in this case, it really helps it, and I like the flavor. I think the flavor has gotten better. I would elevate this to like a 4.75 out of 5 pastas. It is good pasta.
The pocket parm. Don't let the princess fool you. I meet the pocket parm vendor in a back alley dressed in a chef costume, looking like it came off a Chef Boyardee can. We're looking both ways. We're hiding in the shade. I'm kidding, of course. But re-up, we did. I'll admit, I can taste the difference in the formula from when we had it previously. It's definitely given more of like that craft level Parmesan flavor. And honestly, it kind of works. This is not sponsored. We just like the product. And if we can bring it and just zhuzh up the princess's milk just a teeny little bit, why not? We are not above packing seasonings, single serving hot sauce, mustards. If you saw the princess's backpack mustard collection, we will bring our own sauce if we need to. Tasty. I would give it 4.25 out of 5 balls. Slight elevation.
Look at this gorgeous vegan margherita pizza with, yes, vegan cheese. Thanks to our awesome server. This really makes me miss Shelby at Universal Orlando Vegans. She was supposed to join us. She wasn't able to make it tonight. Her dream is park pizza, and I think it's here. It looks so good. It looks so cheesy and real. I had pepper and obviously pocket parm. I could get red pepper too, but I'm loving this. You can see it's like a brick oven cooked, and which is my favorite kind of pizza. It tastes like a smoked gouda, like follow your heart cheese, and I'm not mad at it. I don't think I've ever had like a smoked gouda on cheese before, and it's a vibe. With a pocket parm, it's going to be great. And you can add extras on here if you want. I just wanted the margherita as is. I thought it came with tomatoes, but it's just the sauce and the basil. And that's fine. I would give it a 3 out of 5 pizzas. It's not quite, I think, the dream pizza that Shelby's looking for. Maybe Pizza Nova will do that for us, but resort pizza is not bad. Maybe not as good as Jake's American at Royal Pacific. They had some really good vegan pizza. I will definitely be talking to Shelby about this, and we'll try to come with her at another time.
I like the rustic feel of like just the serving dishes here. Like everything's themed to like what it comes on. Hopefully that sticks around. I know some restaurants you get in a couple months, couple years to cut costs. These kind of things, they matter to me. They add nothing but enjoyment and fancy, whimsy. Everybody needs more whimsy in their life. There's no doubt in my mind on that first bite that is vegan cheese. And I do not mean that in a bad way. It's definitely Gouda, but what it adds to the flavor, that different sort of like salty, sour flavor, I think is different than like a mozzarella would add, but in a good way. That paired with the basil and tomato sauce, that is a good, unique pizza. It feels like literally rustic brick oven pizza, which is exactly what it is. And honestly, you can't go wrong with this. This needs to be on the menu. That's the one thing that I always have. You're going to have vegan options. You have vegan cheese. Nowhere's to mention on the menu. Put it on the menu. 4.75 out of 5 claws.
I'm just going to throw some parm on top of this slice because I feel like slices need parm, don't they? I do feel like the pocket parm does help cut some of the smokiness of the gouda, but it's still really smoky and really prominent. If you don't like a smoky cheese, definitely don't get the vegan, or just get it without the cheese and put other veggies on it, but it's still really nice.
So, I got the grilled prawn kebab. Now, I always recommend, maybe you don't do this as often as we do, maybe you do it more. Words matter. I read it as grilled prawn kebabs. The menu says grilled prawn kebab, as in una. Server did warn me that it was a small portion, but it seemed to me like the thing that jumped out of the menu the most for me, so why not? I'm gonna treat myself. So you have these gigantic prawns in the skewer with these fine herbs, a little bit of lemon to get that acidity in there, and then a harissa citrus butter here on the backside. Just gonna cut into this with this fine knife that they gave me. It looks beautiful. A nice color to it, nice bounce. Just go ahead and dip it in this citrus harissa. All nice and drippy droppy. That is a well-cooked prawn. Not like well-cooked as in overdone. Like well-cooked as in properly executed. The herbs are nice and sort of dance over the tongue, but still let the prawn be prawn. It's like overpower the prawn flavor. The harissa citrus has got a little bit of heat to it. Not like a spice, but of the spices. If I was going to give like a heat rating, it would be like a 0.5 out of 10 on the heat scale, but the flavor's off the charts. If you love shellfish, you will like this. Is the portion size worth the value? That's for you to decide. I'm not going to spend your money out of your pockets, but I lean towards no. It's a good flavor. I like it, but I probably would not order it again. I give it 3.75 out of 5 plus. So my grilled prawns do come with my choice of side. I decided to go for the jeweled rice since I'm going for the exotic and interesting looking things. The jeweled rice is apricots with slivers of almonds and fine herbs. Now this is marked as gluten-free but not vegan. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that there is some sort of protein-based broth in here. The guess is probably chicken, but we're going to find out. Ooh. That feels like a variation of like a fruit and like almond-filled couscous, but obviously the grains are a lot bigger than you would get in couscous, but it's still that same sort of flavor. There's a bit of like turmeric in there, I believe. The broth is probably chicken, but it's an interesting flavor. It's light and fluffy. It is excellently prepared rice. Nice and fluffy, not like crunchy anyway. It's cooked very well. Honestly, I give it a 4 out of 5 claws. If they made this like a larger portion and maybe added a protein, this could be a main for me.
This is the Florida South Side with Kettle One and Tanqueray, and then a bunch of fresh juices and a rose syrup. Cheers. Now, if this was frozen, it would taste like an adult popsicle. It is very much on the strawberry side, which I'm not mad at. And then you have like a nice balance with the vodka and the gin. Very unexpected, very tasty, very fruity. I would say it's like a 6 out of 10 on the heatness scale. The drink itself, or heatness scale, what am I saying? Sweetness scale. But the drink itself, I would give a 4 out of 5 Floridas. It's Florida?
The Flora South Side, staying true to the Flora Taverna name, with this wonderfully looking goblet of floating floral adult cocktail goodness. Feels fancier than I deserve. Wow. This is a drink that takes the floral and the sweetness and turns it up to like an 11.2. Very specific on the 0.2. It's not 12. It's 11.2. But it's like sweet, floral and a little bit of tart is definitely a sipping cocktail. I know there were some of you, us included, that will be tempted to drink this in 3 to 4 sips. I would advise you to pace yourself. While you are on vacation, and I always say treat yourself, you got a full day. And there's a bar on the roof. Calm down. 4.25 out of 5 stars. Apparently, Flora Taverna is the place to eat if you are plant-based.
I am loving this location. I think it is a perfect addition, and exactly, it fills a gap, a void that Universal had in their food. And Bear and I were discussing this during dinner. We were trying to decide which signature dining is better, this or Biche.
It's a hard choice.
Just based on food alone, because when it comes to view and atmosphere, this beats Biche by a lot. But I feel like Biche has like really good flavors, but I mean, it's Italian, it's authentic Italian, it's really good. And the Mediterranean food here is pretty fire.
Yeah, we didn't even touch on the salads you can modify or anything else? Or?
I can modify like 3 different salads. There is the only vegan thing that is actually on the menu is like a couscous bowl, and that's available for lunch, but you can get that for dinner too. The world is your oyster. Just tell them what you want and they can probably make it for you.
Yes, they have all the ingredients fresh. They're making everything to order. They are more than willing to accommodate your dietary needs, which is great. Universal needs more of that.
And I forgot, they also have a lemon sorbet for dessert, but I would say just go over to the Aurora Market and get the vegan gelato there.
The vegan chocolate gelato. And the mango one.
Yes.
If you're not allergic to mango like myself. But I want to know what you guys think. Given what we've shown you, does this excite your taste buds or no? Is there something else you're looking forward to? Let us know in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you'd like to see us do, that will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday.
As I almost die.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear might yeet himself into this area and hurt himself.
You heard the girl.
He just did that.
I really did.